Does oil degrading in Gran Turismo 7 affect your car that much? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So on today's episode it was asked if I could do a video on worn oil. So I'm going to do some testing of the worn oil today. We're going to give 3 different types of oil testing, which is excellent, which will be brand new oil, normal oil and worn oil. And we're going to see what the performance hit difference is between the 3 side by side. Let's get on with it. Here's the first test. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to Brand Central, and we're going to go to Europe. We're going to go to Peugeot, and we're going to purchase an RCZ GR3. We're going to pick a white one. I'm going to purchase that. We're going to purchase some racing soft tyres, lash them on. Then we'll get over to the settings. Right, so these are the settings for the brand new car. 733.80, 520 bhp, 56.0 kg FM on the torque. Nothing else is going to change, it's all stock. And then we're going to be measuring it against the very worn oil of my other RCZ, which has just done 200 laps at Red Bull with Rory. And here are the spec sheets of that one, which are 733.80 on the performance points. Nothing's changed there, but the 513 brake and 55.2 kg FM has changed. As you can see, the settings are all normal, all stock. So another thing I wanted to try and do was to try and figure out at what mileage point does your oil go from excellent to normal. So we're going to do that in the new RCZ, and then once it's at normal, we will put all 3 together side by side on the start line and do a test to see what the performance difference is between the 3 oil degrades. Let's go. Okay, so we're piling on the mileage on this new car, and we're going to see how many miles it takes to get it down to normal. So we've done 101 so far. Let's have a little check on that. Nope, it's still normal. Let's get back on track, and we'll do 152-ish. Try that. Nope, still normal. And we're at 217 miles now. I was bored by this point, but you know, we must do this for science. It's all for the love of science. And yay, we got it normal. So 217 miles we've done, and we've got normal oil. So I should imagine it's between 210 220. So let's line all 3 side by side and see which one degrades the most, and is it even noticeable. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to let you know that we've got it all in automatic. So any human element's been taken out. Just got to hold the brake, press the throttle, and off we go. So we're going to check the first 500 meters to see if there's any difference at this stage. So let's get to 500. Here it comes, and stop. So as we can see, the new oil is in the lead, but look at the surprise there. Worn oil is in front of normal oil. So normal oil at this stage is way slower than worn oil. Who'd have thought that? That was a bit different, wasn't it? Anyway, let's carry on and get to the next 500 meters, which will be at 1,000. So as we carry on to the 1,000 mark, we're going to get to see if anything's changed, and nope, new oil is still winning as you'd expect. But the worn oil has got a lot slower here, but it's still quicker than normal oil in 6th gear. So this is a big surprise, absolutely massive surprise. So let's get on to the 2,000 mark and see where we are at that point. So as the car stretches its legs in 6th gear all the way to the 2,000 meter mark, we should see a significant difference at this point. But let's have a look-see. And normal oil is winning as you'd expect, but the worn oil is still quicker than the normal oil at this stage, That's unbelievable. And I know there's not much in it, but there should have been. This shouldn't have gone the way this is going, so I'm sure this is quite shocking for you. So with that in mind, let's get to the final 3,000 meters and see what the results are. Okay, so as we come to the conclusion of this particular video on the oil worn effects, we're heading over to the 3,000 meter mark where we're going to have the final results. Boom. So new oil is the clear winner. Obviously that was going to be a given, but the normal oil and the worn oil are not in the order that they should have been in. So worn oil is actually faster than normal oil. Who'd have thought that? But by how much, I hear you ask. Well, we're going to adjust the clocks now and see just what the difference was time-wise between all three. Okay, so the results are there in black and white. New oil was there set to be the benchmark. Normal oil and worn oil were more or less near as makes no difference. 0.2 slower. So there we have it. But challenging result was the fact that the worn oil was quicker than the normal oil over the 3,000 meter test. So that was a bit odd. Worn oil is clearly quicker than normal oil on all accounts from the get-go. But obviously over the course of a full lap with twists and turns, it would probably be more than 0.2. Probably averaging around the 0.5 mark, I reckon, from normal oil. Does it make a massive difference? Yes, it does. 0.5 over a lap. Even 0.2 over a lap is a massive amount of time loss if you consider over, I don't know, five laps. That's basically a second. You're going to be a second slower over 5 laps maybe. So that is a considerable difference. So we're well worth to keep an eye on your oil, and it would definitely cease the conversation as to whether normal oil is that much slower than new oil. Yes, it is. There it is. So that concludes the video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. What type of an oil changer are you? Are you a normal or a worn? I personally change it normally when it's still excellent. If I just feel like the car's done a little bit too much mileage before I've done it, I'll change it regardless. Mainly because on Friday and Saturday nights, if you don't know, we do open lobby nights. If I'm hosting the lobby, I can't shut it down to go and change my oil, so I have to make sure that all my oils are good. So if I'm going to use any particular cars, I make sure that the oil's changed regardless. But now we know that we need to do it or we're going to be slow. But I mean, unless you want the excuse of saying, that's why I lost the race, because my oil was in normal, which we now know is the slowest form of oil, over worn. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, please consider giving us a subscribe. We're trying to get to 3K. Fingers crossed this video can get us over the line. Woohoo! Make sure you smash the like button, obviously. Do the bell for notifications when it's got the little things next to it. That means anything I upload next, you will get notified. And you'll be the first to smack that like button, obviously, and give a comment on the video. Until next time, it's been a pleasure. It's been GTrealm. Bye for now.